Hi everybody, gonna do a cutting video. I'm attempting to anyway. Using this log splitter, I have to use my kitchen table instead of my little island cart that I normally just cut up the loaves into bars on. I can't use this log splitter because the cart moves. And this is the first time I'm setting up the camera on the kitchen table for, yeah, so it's tricky. So this is my AtlanticTides soap. And, oh, be heavy. And it's a little soft still, but I have to get it cut because, one, it has sea salt in it. So, if I let it go too long, it's going to be hard to cut through the swirls with the sea salt. Plus, I have family coming over and it needs to get off on the kitchen table. Yeah, one day I'll have a soap shop. In the meantime, so we'll get this into 3 logs first. And this one is a, it's an essential oil blend that's really oceany. It's oceany. Oh, there's one, and you can see all little white speckles in there. That's the sea salt. So how I do this is I just, I didn't do a making video, but I pour off about 1/4 of the batter and mix in some Celtic sea salt, and then another 1/4 about of the batter has some Atlantic kelp powder in it. That's the green. It's kind of soft. I wouldn't normally cut yet with it being this soft, but and it's also a little soft because I don't do my normal water discount on this one to give myself enough time to get the sea salt and everything mixed in. So yeah, the white part is sea salt, obviously, and then the green parts swirled in is the kelp powder. And then the main other 2/4 of the batch, I use indigo powder to get this like greenish blue, oceany kind of color. And then this last log, I just run through and I get like a end piece sliver that I will cut into samples. I was gonna do a making of this one, and I made it yesterday, but it was just too crazy here. So maybe next time I have to restock it, I'll do it. Okay, so let me get my regular cutter and a tray that I forgot to get ready. On. Just get some wax paper on this tray. Okay. Oh, I'm not very prepared today, am I? Alright, let's see how this setup is gonna go. Yeah, I guess you can see, huh? Okay. Goodness me. I have no room. No room. Gonna have to figure out better for when I'm doing videos. It's the camera and the box I have the camera sitting on to get you guys a good vantage point is taking up space. Okay, so this is a bud cutter from Bud Hafner on Etsy, and then my log splitter is also from him. Alright, so let's see. So yeah, you see all the white spots of sea salt, and then the green you can see a little bit along the top, that's the kelp powder. And then the rest, the base is, like I said, I think I said indigo. So indigo is interesting to work with. That stuff is really blue. It's a really blue powder, but if your soap batter is the slightest bit yellow from, there's a lot of, I use unrefined cocoa butter in my soaps, so that makes my batter a little, you can see a lot of the kelp powder in this. And if you're gonna use kelp powder, is awesome. You gotta take it, I know I'm creating a shadow, aren't I? You have to take it easy on that because otherwise it'll get a really, the smell of it will go from just not kind of oceany to almost, it smells like fish. Nobody wants fish smelling soap. I don't think so. So, oh, this one somehow ended up with quite a bit of kelp powder in it. So that one's gonna be nice on the skin. The other side looks pretty cool. What was I saying? Indigo. Yes. So it's tricky to work with. If you have the slightest bit of yellow in your batter, it's not gonna be blue. It's gonna go green for obvious reasons. Yellow and blue make green. So, yeah, it's a little tricky. And I have this is really the only soap I use it in, and I don't mind that it's not blue, that it's got like that greenish tint of blue to it because it's like an oceany kind of color, and this is an ocean themed soap, so it goes well with it. But I know a lot of people who are experimenting with natural colorants try indigo expecting to get this gorgeous denim blue, and then they don't, and they're disappointed, and it's just, yeah, that's what it does. So this one smells so good. It's a blend of, let's see, what did I end up with? It's got lavender, oh, I can't even think. I can't even think today. It's 4 different essential oils that when combined create like an oceany type of scent. So yeah, I love this soap. I love the smell. I love the little bit of salt in there. Excuse me. I mean, it's not really enough salt to where it's like exfoliating or anything. It's not like a salt bar. It's just I don't know. It's, you know, it's just a little bit of something. And then of course, kelp powder. You can go to fancy spas and get a nice seaweed wrap. They like wrap your entire body in seaweed, so. Alright. One more loaf. Just show you a couple. It gets kind of redundant. It's nice to watch soap get cut, but then after a while you're like, okay. And it's a little bit, it's like where the sea salt is, it's like sweating or weeping, whatever you want to call it. But that goes away as it cures. And then these turn out really cool. And oh, the smell. Oh, it's so good. It just smells so good. There's also some peppermint in here, yeah. Lavender, little bit of peppermint. Oh, I don't have my recipe right in front of me to look. Oh, this one's cool. Kind of reminds me of like a wave. And then just this last piece, and then I'll show you what I do with that end sliver for samples. And this one's kind of crooked on the end there, but that's a big chunk of salt part. I'm nice and scrubby and detoxifying. Okay. So I end up with this. And my mold that this came out of, oh yeah, you guys haven't seen that yet. That looks really cool. My mold that I make this in, my slab mold, my husband made for me. I knew I wanted my bars to be 3 inches wide, and I wanted to get 3 loaves per batch. So instead of just making it an exact 9 inches wide, I had him make it, I think, 11, something like that. So I would get a little bit of playroom on the edge for some samples, and then you don't have, and then it's just because sometimes your freezer paper gets like wonky on the edges. And anywho, I end up with this piece that's real pretty thin, and I just lay it down flat in my cutter. And this is the bud cutter that this is a 1 1/4 inch wide in between the wires. So then I end up with nice little free sample pieces that go out with orders. And I try to give every order like 2. I try. It depends on how much samples I have on hand. And this last piece just makes 3 more. And then it's perfect. Then I have no waste. So yeah, so that is, I guess I'll bring you in a little bit closer. That's a tray of my AtlanticTides soap. And this is currently on my website in the brick shaped bars, already available for sale. This is just the next batch in the newer shape bars. Oh, and so what I do is I let them sit on this cookie sheet tray for 24 hours just so they can get a little bit less soft, and then after 24 hours is when I bevel the edges with a vegetable peeler and stamp them. So if I think of it tomorrow, I'll quick record that and attach it to the end of this video. If not, I'll do it for the next batch. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.